Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Nighttime Mics. I'm Mike, and I'm joined today by my favorite travel buddy and co-host, Sarah. How's it going, Sarah?
It's going great, Mike. I've got my coffee right here, and I'm ready to chat. Although I have to say, I wish this coffee was being delivered to me in a hotel room right now.
Oh, I know, right? There is nothing better than that hotel life feeling. That's actually what we're diving in today, hotel services. You know, all the little things that make staying in a hotel different from just sleeping at home or at a friend's house.
That's a perfect topic. I feel like some people just book a room and only think about the bed, but there is so much more to it. From the moment you walk through those sliding doors, there's a whole world of service going on.
Exactly. And for those of you listening to Nighttime Mics to practice your English, we're going to use a lot of common phrases today. So, Sarah, let's start at the very beginning, the front desk.
Right, the check-in process. It's the first thing you do. I always find it interesting how different hotels handle it. Some are super formal and others are really laid back. Have you ever had a strange check-in experience?
Oh, definitely. I once turned up at a hotel at 2 a.m. because my flight was delayed. I was so exhausted I could barely remember my own name. The guy at the front desk was so nice, though. He saw I was struggling and just sorted everything out in 2 minutes. He even gave me a free voucher for breakfast because I looked so tragic, as he put it.
No way. That's so kind. Usually if you show up that late, they just want to give you the key and get back to their book. But that's a great example of a concierge or a front desk service going above and beyond.
For sure. But let's talk about that word, concierge. A lot of people see that desk and aren't quite sure what to ask for. What's your take on them?
To be honest, I used to be a bit scared to talk to the concierge. I thought they were only for fancy people who wanted to book a private jet or something. But then I figured out that they are basically like a local search engine. I was in Tokyo last year and couldn't find a specific type of stationery shop. I asked the concierge and she didn't just give me the address, she drew a map and wrote down the names of the items in Japanese for me.
That is so helpful. I think a lot of people give up on finding cool local spots because they just look at their phones, but the concierge usually knows the hidden gems that aren't on the first page of a search engine.
Exactly. They can help you book tickets, find a taxi, or even help you figure out the best time to visit a museum to avoid the crowds. It's like having a local friend you can always turn to.
Okay, but we have to talk about the service everyone loves and hates at the same time, room service.
Oh, Mike, room service is such a luxury, but it can cost an arm and a leg.
It really can. $20 for a club sandwich? It's crazy. But there's something so special about eating in your pajamas while watching a movie on a big hotel TV. I remember one time I was staying in a hotel in Chicago. It was snowing so hard outside that I didn't want to leave the building. I ordered a huge burger at midnight. It felt like the best meal of my life.
I get that. It's all about the convenience, but you have to be careful. Sometimes they add a tray charge or a service fee that you don't expect. You think you're spending $20 and the bill comes back as $35.
That's a good point. You always have to check the fine print on the menu. Speaking of things in the room, what about the minibar? Do you ever actually touch it?
Never. Well, maybe once. I think I was really thirsty and forgot to buy water, so I opened a bottle from the minibar. I think it cost me $8. I felt so guilty. Now I always make sure to find a convenience store near the hotel to stock up on snacks before I check in.
Smart move. I'm the same. I look at the little chocolates and the tiny cans of soda and I think, I could buy 10 of these for the price of one here. It's a total trap. But hey, if you're on a honeymoon or a special trip, maybe it's worth it for the vibe.
Maybe. Speaking of the room, what about housekeeping? I have a love-hate relationship with the Do Not Disturb sign.
Oh, tell me about it. Sometimes I forget to put the sign out and I'm just waking up looking like a mess and there's a knock at the door. Housekeeping.
That's the worst. You have to jump out of bed and shout, "Just a minute," while trying to find your robe. But on the other hand, there is nothing like coming back to a room that has been perfectly cleaned. The bed is made, the towels are fresh, and they even fold the end of the toilet paper into a little triangle.
The little triangle. That's how you know it's a fancy place. But seriously, housekeeping is such a tough job. I always try to leave a small tip for them at the end of my stay. Do you do that too?
I do, actually. Usually just a few dollars a day. They really look after the place, and it's a nice way to show appreciation. I also try to keep my stuff a bit organized so they don't have to move my mountain of clothes just to vacuum the floor.
You're much more organized than I am, Sarah. My hotel rooms usually look like a suitcase exploded within 10 minutes of me arriving.
I believe that. I can totally picture it. Mike was here.
Hey, I eventually clean it up, mostly. But let's move out of the room for a bit. What about the amenities? The gym, the pool, the spa?
Oh, I love a good hotel pool. Even if I don't swim, I like to sit by the water and read a book. It feels so relaxing. But the gym, that's a different story. I always pack my workout clothes with the best intentions, and they just stay in my suitcase the whole trip.
I know, right? Every time. I tell myself I'm going to hit the gym every morning, and then I see the breakfast buffet, and the gym is the last thing on my mind.
Oh, the breakfast buffet. We have to talk about that. Is there anything better than a hotel breakfast?
Honestly, probably not. It's the highlight of the trip for me. You've got the eggs, the bacon, the pastries, the fruit, and the best part is that you can keep going back for more. It's the one time it's socially acceptable to eat 3 plates of food before 10 a.m.
It's so true. I'm a big fan of the waffle makers. You know, the ones where you pour the batter in yourself. It feels like a little science experiment.
Yes, and you always worry you're going to mess it up and make a huge mess in front of everyone, but then it comes out perfect and you feel like a professional chef.
Exactly. But I've noticed that some hotels are moving away from the buffet and doing a la carte breakfast instead. Which do you prefer?
That's a tough one. A la carte feels a bit more high-end and the food is usually fresher because it's made to order, but the buffet gives you variety. If I want a croissant and an omelet and a bowl of cereal, I can have it. So I think I'm team buffet.
I think I agree. Especially when traveling in a new country, it's a great way to try different local foods without committing to a whole dish. Like if I'm in Spain and they have that tomato bread for breakfast, I can try a little bit first.
Definitely. Now, here's a service I bet you haven't used much, the business center.
You're right, I haven't. I usually just bring my laptop. But I guess if your computer breaks or you need to print a boarding pass, it's a lifesaver.
It really is. I actually had to use one once because I had to sign a document and send it back to my boss. I was so stressed out, but the staff helped me figure out the old printer. It saved my life. Well, it saved my job anyway.
It's those little things that you don't think about until you need them. Like laundry service. Have you ever had your laundry done by a hotel?
Only once, and it was a mistake. I sent out a few t-shirts, and when the bill came, it was more expensive than the shirts themselves.
No way. See, that's the thing. Hotel laundry is usually priced per item, not per load. It's crazy. I usually just find a local laundromat or wash a few things in the sink if I'm desperate.
Yeah, washing socks in the sink is a classic traveler move. It's not glamorous, but it works.
It really does. But okay, let's talk about some of the more modern hotel services, like smart rooms. Have you stayed in one of those yet?
Oh, you mean where everything is controlled by a tablet?
Yeah, you can change the lights, close the curtains, and order towels all from a screen next to the bed.
I stayed in one in London last year. It was cool, but also a bit frustrating. I couldn't figure out how to turn off the bathroom light for like 10 minutes. I was just sitting there hitting buttons and the curtains were opening and closing while the TV was turning on and off. I felt like I was in a comedy movie.
That's the problem with technology sometimes. It's supposed to make things easier, but if it's not intuitive, it just makes things complicated. I think I prefer a regular light switch, to be honest.
I'm with you. Simple is usually better. But I do like the keyless entry, where you can use your phone to unlock the door. No more worrying about losing that little plastic card.
That is a great feature. I'm always losing my key card in the bottom of my bag. Then I have to go back to the front desk looking all embarrassed to ask for a new one.
Hi, it's me again, the guy who lost his key for the 3rd time today.
Exactly. They probably have a wall of shame for people like us.
Oh, for sure. But hey, that brings up another service, the valet. Do you ever use valet parking?
Only if I have to. It feels a bit fancy for me. I'm always worried I've left something embarrassing in the car, like a bunch of old fast food wrappers or a gym bag that smells.
I totally get that. I always do a quick sweep of the car before I hand the keys over. But it is nice when you're in a busy city and there's no parking anywhere. You just pull up, get out, and let them handle it. It makes you feel like a movie star for about 30 seconds.
It does. Until you realize you forgot your phone in the car and have to ask them to bring it back.
Oh, man, that would be so annoying. Wait, come back. I need my maps.
Right? But let's talk about something else. Pet-friendly hotels. I've noticed a lot more hotels are offering services for dogs now.
That's a huge trend. I saw a hotel recently that had a dog menu for room service. They had things like pup colics and organic chicken.
That's adorable. Honestly, if I had a dog, I'd probably spend more money on their room service than my own. But it's a great service because it's so hard to travel with pets otherwise.
It really is. And it shows how hotels are trying to come up with new ways to make people feel at home. Another one is the pillow menu. Have you heard of this?
A pillow menu? Like you can choose how soft or hard your pillow is?
Exactly. They have memory foam, feathers, lavender scented. Some even have special pillows for people who sleep on their side.
That's amazing. I'm very picky about pillows. If the pillow is too high, I wake up with a sore neck. I usually end up just not using one at all if the hotel pillows are too big. Next time, I'm definitely checking if there's a menu.
You should. It's one of those hidden services that people don't realize are available. You just have to ask.
That seems to be the theme here, doesn't it? If you want something, you just have to ask, whether it's an extra blanket, a late checkout, or a recommendation for a good pizza place.
That's a great point. Late checkout is another lifesaver. If your flight isn't until the evening, being able to stay in the room until 2 p.m. instead of 11 a.m. makes a world of difference.
Oh, absolutely. It's so much better than sitting in the airport for 6 hours. Usually, if the hotel isn't fully booked, they'll give it to you for free if you ask nicely. Or you might have to pay a small fee, but it's often worth it.
And even if they can't give you a late checkout, they will always hold your luggage for you.
Yes, that's a service I use every single time. You just check your bags with the bellhop, and then you can go out and enjoy your last day in the city without dragging a suitcase behind you.
It's the best. And then you come back, grab your bags, and head to the airport. It's so smooth.
You know, talking about all this makes me realize how much work goes into running a hotel. It's not just a building, it's a whole system of people working to make your stay comfortable.
It really is. It's like a little city that never sleeps. There's always someone at the front desk, someone cleaning, someone cooking. It's pretty impressive when you think about it.
It makes me appreciate the price a bit more. Even if that club sandwich is $20, you're paying for the fact that someone made it and brought it to your door at 3 a.m.
True, although I'll still probably go to the grocery store for my water bottles. I'm not made of money.
Me neither. But okay, Mike, before we wrap this up, if you could invent one new hotel service, what would it be?
Oh, that's a great question. Let me think. Okay, I've got it. I want a bed warming service, but not like a heater. I want someone to come in and just make sure the bed is at the perfect temperature and the blankets are perfectly tucked in right before I get in.
That's so specific and a little bit lazy, Mike.
Hey, you asked. What about you?
I think I'd want an unpacking service. I love traveling, but I hate the part where you have to take everything out of the suitcase and put it in the drawers. I want to just hand over my suitcase and have everything perfectly hung up in the closet when I get back for my first walk.
Oh, that actually exists in some super luxury hotels. They call it butler service.
No way. I need to find these hotels. That sounds like a dream.
Right? But for now, I think I'll just have to keep doing it myself. Or, just live out of the suitcase for 3 days, which is what I usually do.
Classic Mike. Well, I think we've covered a lot today. We talked about check-in, the concierge, room service, the gym, housekeeping, and even those fancy pillow menus.
We did. And I hope everyone listening found it helpful, whether you're staying in a budget hostel or a 5-star resort. Knowing what services to expect and how to ask for them can make your trip so much better.
Definitely. And it's a great way to practice your English. Don't be afraid to talk to the hotel staff. They are usually very friendly and used to talking to people from all over the world.
Exactly. So next time you're at a hotel, try asking the concierge for a recommendation or see if they have a pillow menu. You might be surprised.
Well, that's all for me today. I'm going to go finish my coffee and dream about my next vacation.
Same here. Thanks for joining me, Sarah. It's always a blast.
Thanks, Mike. Catch you later.
And thank you all for listening to Nighttime Mics. We love having you here. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to let us know. We've got plenty more topics coming your way to help you with your English and keep you entertained.
That's right. Stay curious and keep practicing.
Until next time, guys. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Wait, Sarah, before we go, did you ever find out what happened to that $8 water bottle?
Oh, I drank it, Mike. Every single drop. It was the most expensive, most average tasting water of my life.
A lesson learned the hard way.
Exactly. All right, really leaving now. See ya.
Bye.